Has life been tough? Do you feel like you've been knocked down again and again, and it seems like no matter what happens, you end up in the same struggle? If you want to make a shift and get into the positive energy so that this doesn't happen anymore, this is going to be the episode for you, because we're going to talk about the mind shift that needs to happen to allow you to have a positive experience. My name is Henry, and welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today. And before we get started, we're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So a saying or a sentence or a phrase, whatever you want to call it, that I've had constantly stuck in my head lately is this: your perspective can set you free. You see, how you view your situation affects you greatly. If you're struggling or you've gone through hurt or pain and you just seem like the same lesson happens over and over, no matter if it's a different relationship, a different job, a different experience, it's just that negative energy, that hurt, that loss, that pain, whatever it is, doesn't shift. Maybe it's just a numbing of life. Like you just don't have that fulfillment, that excitement. You're wondering, what do I have to do? What do I have to learn? How do I make a change? Well, there's a few truths that I think are absolute. And when you accept these, they give you freedom. One is your perspective. See, your perspective is the lens that you view the experience that you're having. But you are more than just the you. You are more than just the body, the human. You don't have to view everything in the sense of how it directly affects you. You can view things from the perspective that you choose. So if you want to view things from a different perspective, you have to start looking for love. If you want that high frequency, if you want that joy, if you want that forgiveness, you have to start processing everything from love. The second truth is what you truly are. You are an observer, meaning you're having this experience, but you're truly observing it, right? You are able to observe your thoughts, so you're not your thoughts. You're able to observe the things that happen to your body, so you're not your body. You're able to observe the external world, so you're not quite the external world either. We know you're an observer, but what's the second part of you? The second part of you is you are a creator, and you create what it is that you observe. So if you think about it, your perspective, your current situation, if you're viewing the things that are hard, if you're viewing the pain, it doesn't mean that those things aren't true if you want to change it. It doesn't mean those things didn't happen if you want to change it. It just means you want to create something different. If you just accepted the fact that you will create and expand what it is that you focus on, you would change what it is that you're focusing on. It doesn't mean that other things aren't true. It just means you don't want to expand those anymore. The war on anything just creates more war. Love is always the answer. So if you want to change the situation that you're in, if you want to change the way you feel, again, you're not better or worse for making this decision. It's a decision that you're deciding to make. Change your perspective. When you start looking for good in the world, the more time you spend doing that, the more good you'll see and the more good you'll start to create. The law of attraction says that like attracts like. So if you become this being that is creating a lot of good, a lot of love, what do you think you'll attract? If you're this being that's seeing the negative, you're seeing the bad things that happen to you, it doesn't mean that they're not valid, but if that's what you're constantly looking at, then you're going to create more of that energy. And so if you're creating more of that negative low energy, what do you think you're going to attract? You cannot turn off the law of attraction. It is always working whether you're aware of it or not. You are so powerful. Accept that you are having an experience. Accept that you have the ability to control it. And yes, things may have happened in your childhood that you feel like you didn't have control over. And maybe physically you didn't. But if this whole life is one experience, then that's a piece of it. And that piece of it can offer something beneficial in the future. Because there are other people that are going to go through a similar struggle, and your healed self, living abundantly, living expansively, talking and influencing people, whether it's in your community or on a national stage, can be the healing for them. Everything that you went through, when you come out the other side, you've created love that didn't exist before. You've created forgiveness that didn't exist before. And by you doing that, becoming that example, somebody else that's struggling could see that, and that could be the biggest gift for them. And so if it's a gift for them, then it's a gift for you, even the hard part. Because we're not those things. You are not the bad things that happen to you. You're not the good things that happen to you. You're the observer of both. So it's your choice. What do you want to be? Do you want to bring in a positive mindset, which means you're not happy all the time? It just means your mindset is geared to look for positive energy, the love, the forgiveness, the healing. When your mindset is geared to that, no matter what is going on, you will find something good. That doesn't mean you just ignore the bad. It just means you're very specific on what you spend your time on. You do what you have to do in the negative because you're still living in this experience, but then you adjust and you highly focus on the positive. That's what you choose to expand. And again, it's not about you. It's not about me. It's about all of us. And so, yes, there may be sacrifice from myself, from you, from whoever decides to go on this healing journey, right? The sacrifice meaning you're going to have to forgive people that maybe don't deserve it. You're going to have to give love to people that maybe don't deserve it. You're going to have to swallow a lot of pride. You're going to have to choose success, meaning you're going to have to choose the frequency you want over what's correct. Meaning most people would say, get even. Most people would say, get revenge. Most people would say, yeah, that person deserves it. But you don't want to live in that energy anymore, so you can't do what most people would say. You have to be specific and focus on what it is you want to bring within you. And when you decide to be this person, your future is completely up to you. It's all an experience. Everything is happening for you. It's not happening for you to receive something. You didn't not get the job because there's a better one in front of you. It's an experience. Yes, you can improve, you can learn and get a better job, but bad things don't happen so good things do. Everything happens for you to grow internally. It's all a gift for internal growth. That's what it's about. So if you want a different experience, change what you focus on. When you start changing what you focus on, you'll start expanding that energy. When you start expanding that energy, like attracts like, more like of that energy will start coming into your life. And when your mindset is geared towards that, you'll start seeing the path out. If you're stuck in a negative mindset, you cannot find a positive way out. You might find a way out, but it's going to be similar to the frequency you're in. Meaning your job might be a terrible one, but if you stay in that low energy, you're probably going to attract the same type of people at a different job. That's not what I want. That's not what you want. You want positive change. Tap into your high frequency. Build a vision that's inspiring to you. Think like that version of you thinks. Act like that version of you would act, and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a positive perspective on your current situation, and hopefully empowered you to recognize who you truly are and what you can truly do in your life. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group all down below. And if you listen to this episode and you're thinking it's time to change, I want to go to the next level, this is what I do. I'm a coach. I help people align their mindset. In our one-on-one coaching program, we're going to build a vision. We're going to align your mindset with that vision so that way you can take daily steps that empower you to attract what it is that you desire. Whether it's just a more enjoyable experience, a new career, better health, whatever it is, it starts with the vision, it aligns with the mindset, and it becomes a reality with the actions. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me. There's also my business coaching. This is the Zone of Genius program. This is for entrepreneurs, business owners that have created a business, built a vision, and now feel lost. Feel like the company is not moving. Maybe it's stagnant. Maybe you've had some churn in employees and you want to realign on a vision. Maybe it's a new vision. Maybe it's the one you had before. You want your team involved. You want everybody moving towards that common goal. This is what we do in that program. We rebuild the vision. Then we set core values just like we would a mindset on 101. So that way every single employee can have the mindset that builds that vision, because they can look at the core values and be in alignment. And then we're going to align the duties, the actions, the roles for the employees from the bottom to the top. That way everybody is moving towards not just your vision, but a shared vision that they're excited to see achieve. If you're interested in either one of those programs, you can reach out to me on Instagram, or there's a link down below. If you fill that out, I'll reach out to you directly. And if you just want more content, you enjoyed this podcast and you want something else, check out my Unlock Your Abundance podcast. New episodes come out at the same time as this one, Monday through Friday. It's the same format, but it's all about tapping into that wealth, that expansive, abundant energy. I'm enjoying that podcast so much, and I'm so thankful for everybody that has tuned in. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.